And I can resend the copies. For some current reason, it's on my shared drive.
Morning. I apologize. We're about to join the meeting. We're still in complaint committee, but we'll be with you in just a moment.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Morning. Mr. Hinkhouse.
Good morning. How you doing?
All right.
Sorry, our other meeting went long.
Lakeisha popped on to tell us everybody's being patient for now. Lakeisha, you're here?
Good morning, yes, we're here.
Good morning. I haven't identified the phone numbers.
Okay.
I appreciate everyone's patience. We had a meeting before this and went a little longer than expected.
Is Mr. Radka on this call?
He's coming,
He's
he can
coming.
do this before he joined.
I'm sorry?
He's coming.
Okay. So, well, you have a quorum, but unless you want the vice chair to start, you'd have to wait for Mr. Radka.
Yeah, that's gonna give me a few moments. And then could the phone number beginning in 410 and ending in 16, please identify themselves for meeting? Could the phone number beginning in 410 and ending in 53 please identify themselves for the meeting?
Wayne Fishpaul, Pipe Trade Technologies.
Thank you, Mr. Fishball. And then could the phone number beginning in 443 and ending in 20 please identify themselves for the meeting?
Kathy Stradley, Maryland PHCC.
Thank you, Ms. Stradley. Could the phone number beginning in 703 and ending in 48 please identify themselves for the meeting?
Jonathan Sargent with Omega Flex.
All right, and just, oh no, I'm sorry, could the phone number beginning in 410 and ending in 16 please identify themselves for the meeting?
My name is Bill Somporek from Pipeline Training Institute.
Thank you, Mr. Sampire.
And I'll make the announcement about the recording when Mr. Radka joins us. Do you know how long he's going to be?
I do not. Yes, I just saw one.
Who's the vice chair?
Me.
Well, I don't know if you want to start the meeting in his absence and then turn it over to Mr. Radka when he shows up, or if you want to give him a few more minutes to arrive. That's up to you guys.
Okay.
Lakeisha,
Well,
I don't know.
I
don't know.
Another minute and if not, we'll get the meeting started.
right.
I've been able to establish quorum based on who's here.
And then Ms. Felicia Savage joined the meeting. Would you like to identify or provide any affiliation for the minutes?
Ms. Savage, can you identify yourself for the meeting minutes? All right, well, they don't have to.
Right. Well, Mr. Hancock, we do have quorum, so if you want to get started. We're gonna
All right.
adopt the agenda in the minutes.
All right,
Before you start, let me just say for everyone's edification that the meeting is being recorded by a member of the public. They have notified us in advance that they were doing it. It is permissible. I'm just letting you know that you'll be recorded if that affects anything that you want to contribute.
thank you, Sloan. I guess we need to take a vote to adopt the agenda.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Hi.
All right,
Who can you not see besides Megan?
Ms. Leipzig's the only one I can't see.
I'm sorry?
Ms. Leipzig is the only one I can't
Okay,
see.
okay,
Yes,
that's fine.
My camera is not working. I'm here. I can hear
Don't
everybody.
worry about it. Okay, then go ahead. You can do it by a visual.
okay, Board of Directors.
I think
I was
we
able to
established-
establish quorum, so you can move on to the minutes.
Okay, so we need to take a vote to adopt the meeting minutes from April 2025. Need a motion.
A motion.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, next order is the complaint committee. This is what kind of drug a little long today. I'll read these off. Complaint 25-005, pre-charge. 25-006, closed. 25-007, pre-charge. 25-0014, pre-charged. 25-0015, closed. 25-0016, closed. And then the next three, we didn't get to finish because we were running late. That's 25-0017, 25-0021, and 25-0025. I will report in the next meeting, I suppose. So,
Mr. Radke, are you on the call? He's listed as having joined.
Yeah, I'm on the call. I can
Okay,
see
so-
myself in the picture. I had a
Okay.
little technical difficulty, plus I can't get the agenda or the meeting minutes opened on my computer.
Do you want Mr. Hinkhouse to continue presiding, or do you want to do it anyway?
I don't know. I usually can get them open, but I can get everything else open, but those two documents, so.
Well, the minutes have already been approved, so you don't need to worry about those.
Okay. Well, I'd say Mr. Hinkhouse to continue then. I mean, who else do we have on the call besides us? I see. I didn't get it. Sorry, I was a little bit
You
late.
have Everyone on the board is here
Okay.
except for Mr. Bowers and Mr. Horton.
Okay,
And then Wayne Fishpaw is here, Kathy Stradley is here, Jonathan
Okay.
Sargent is here, Bill Shemperek is here, and then Felicia Savage is here. I don't know what her affiliation is, if any. And then I announced at the beginning of the meeting before you arrived, Mr. Radke, that the meeting is being recorded by James Parker. He notified the board prior to the meeting that he would be recording it. He has provided courtesy notifications to several ONP boards that he's recording the meetings. He's a member of the public and it is permissible. So we're gonna continue. I'm gonna let you know though, that everyone was provided with, all the board members were provided with a link to a closed session. We will need to exit this meeting, go into the closed session, and then return to adopt your findings from the closed session and adjourn the meeting. You'll have to come back to this link. So
Okay.
when it's the appropriate time, I'm just letting you know, because Mr. Parker, I'll ask for a confirmation from you that you want to handle this the same way you handled the meeting yesterday. That you wish to stay while the board convenes in a closed session and then returns. Can you confirm that? Mr. Parker? Well, let's just move on. I don't,
Well, we can
that-
confirm that.
that's what happened yesterday. I'm sorry, what?
I think we can confirm that when the time comes.
Okay,
Okay, so next order of business is the application review committee.
Did we accept the findings from the complaint committee?
Yeah, okay, yeah. We need a motion and a second to accept the findings of the complaint committee.
Can I make a motion to accept the findings?
A second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Nay. The ayes have it, so be it. Application review committee. I think what we need to do is for this is appoint an application review committee. So because it was Scott Schott and myself. Is that why it's on? So is there anybody who'd want to be on the application review committee?
Maybe you should let them know what it entails.
Application review committee, that just when PSI has a question on a person to take an examination, we have to approve or disapprove whether they qualify. Like we'll review their application and say they don't have a backflow certificate, then we say, no, they can't take the exam. Or if they're out of state, we just have to make sure their hours and they were under a master. You know, it's not anything that's super difficult. So, and I'll be on the committee with them. So we've always talked through them. And a lot of times what Lakeisha will do is she'll send them out between meetings so it doesn't keep somebody to wait for a meeting to be approved for their application.
I will volunteer.
Okay, so Craig Stokes
I'll volunteer.
and Leaf Hancock. So it'll be myself, Craig Stokes, and Leaf Hancock.
Thank you, gentlemen.
You need a motion and a second to establish that composition of the complaint application review committee.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor to approve the application review committee? Aye.
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 All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, so be it. Okay, this takes us to the PSI examination results. Lakeisha,
Good morning. I'll be presenting the PSI statistics for the month of April and May of this year, since there was no quorum for the May meeting. For the month of April, there were 3 Journey Natural Gas Fitter examinations administered, with 0 applicants having passed, 3 applicants having failed for a 0% pass rate. There were 48 candidates who took the Journey Plumber Gas Fitter exam. 19 candidates passed, 29 candidates failed for a pass rate of 5%. 5 candidates took the Master Natural Gas Fitter exam. 1 candidate passed, 4 candidates failed for a pass rate of 20%. 42 candidates took the Master Plumber Gas Fitter exam, with 15 candidates having passed, 27 candidates having failed for a 36% pass rate. Overall, for the month of April, 98 candidates were tested, 35 candidates passed, 63 candidates failed, and 36 for a 36% pass rate. For the month of May, there were 5 candidates who took the Journey Natural Gas Fitter exam, with 2 candidates having passed, 3 candidates having failed for a pass rate of 40%. There were 62 candidates who took the Journey Plumber Gas Fitter exam, with 31 candidates having passed, 31 candidates having failed for a pass rate of 50%. There were 5 candidates who took the Master Natural Gas Fitter exam, with 4 candidates having passed, 1 candidate having failed for a pass rate of 80%. 37 candidates took the Master Plumber Gas Fitter exam, with 13 candidates having passed, 24 candidates having failed for a pass rate of 35%. Overall, for the month of May, 109 candidates were tested, 50 candidates passed, 59 candidates failed for a pass rate of 46%. Since January 2025, 446 candidates have taken the exam. 171 candidates passed, 275 candidates failed for a pass rate of 50%. Since the inception of the exam, 12,304 candidates have been tested, 4,499 candidates passed, 7,885 candidates failed for a pass rate of 36%, and that concludes the PSI examination.
okay, thank you, Ms. Thornton, for the licensing report. And that will take us to board correspondence. And I think the first thing we have is we had a question on water softeners. And I'm pulling it up.
Would you like me to read the questions, Chairman? I don't know if it's easier. I do have them.
Yeah, I just opened it. It's, hello, I'm trying to find information on what's required to legally install water softeners. In Tennessee, there's no license required, and you do not have to use a plumber, but each state is different, so trying to find out your requirements are. Thank you, Eric. Eric, is he on the call?
No, he is not.
Okay, so we can just answer him that in Maryland, the potable water to the softener and from the softener needs to be done by a licensed master plumber. The actual softener equipment does not need to be set up by the master licensed plumber. And then we have inspector requirements. Ernie Sappington. And I got 3 screens open, and every time I open one of these, it goes right in front of the screen. It says, "Hi, Lakeisha. I'm Ernest Sappington. I'm an Anne Arundel County plumbing and mechanical inspector. When we attended the inspectors meeting with the state, we were told to check for proper license for plumbing and mechanical contractors. I currently have a master plumbing and mechanical inspector's license. I'm being told not to card mechanical contractors since Anne Arundel County has no articles to this. This is news to me since I was told we could not go below the state license law on licensing. This is not a correct statement since my inspector license is a state issued license. We do not have Anne Arundel County inspector's license, which is correct. So I don't know what he's actually asking.
I don't think you can counsel him to disregard his county instruction if they're telling them that their job is not to card licensees, which it isn't. It isn't. So I think some inspectors do ask for verification that there is someone affiliated with the project who is appropriately licensed. It could be a master or a journey who's under the supervision of a master. But I think the response ought to be that to the extent he's asking if the instruction he was given is appropriate, he should consult the county attorney or the Anne Arundel County attorney. And if he has further questions, you'll need clarification because that wasn't clear from the letter.
Yeah, I don't know Ernie, but I do know the chief inspector and his foreman. You know, so, and like I say, and if he's being told to ask people for license, they are allowed to do that.
They are allowed, but my point is, if they were asked by the state to do so and the county has taken a different position on whether they ought to or should, that is within their purview to do. And if this guy is asking what he should be doing, then I don't think you can tell him to disregard the directive of his immediate supervisor or somebody who has supervisory responsibility over him.
Okay. I didn't see this before the meeting or I would have found out a little bit more about it, but.
So I'm just suggesting that, that Chuck or Lakeisha issue a response to him that says that to the extent he's requesting permission to disregard or information about whether to comply or disregard a directive from his supervisor, he ought to consult both the permitting official and also the county attorney. If he has other questions, he should be more specific and file a follow-up letter or something.
Okay, or he should talk to the chief inspector, to be honest. with
Yeah, yeah, okay, definitely put that in the letter if they're, if.
you. I mean,
Mr.
hold on
Ragland.
1 minute. I just
I'll be
scrolled.
happy, I'll be happy to look at that letter, before you issue it, Lakeisha or Chuck, if you want me to.
Thank you, Saul.
Is there any more correspondence?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Keith got this one out, and there is correspondence board. I think that's it, isn't it?
I only see these two letters on the agenda. I don't know if there are
Right.
more.
And then we got discussion on Bill 222.
Oh, give me just 1 moment, Chairman. I apologize.
The
Are you
first
ready?
thing on the agenda, Joe, is discussion of backflow instructor certification responses.
Right. Okay,
You-
so
you-
under
you
the
can-
correspondence, we don't need to have a motion or a second to send that to Anne Arundel County, do we? To earn
Rich,
the response? Okay.
no,
Okay, so next is the discussion on backflow instructor certification program. We sent that out a couple months ago, and have we got any responses? We have
Yeah.
some.
So we did receive responses. We gave in a deadline for response of May 4th.
Okay,
Thanks for that, Senator. Sorry. And we received responses for, with the exception of Paul's call and call instruction, there was no response from received. So we removed them from the list. We did not receive responses from James Yakavisi. So we removed Chesapeake Cross Connection and Yakavisi Mechanical. And we did not receive any information from James C. Mazzullo from the Washington Suburban Master Plumbers Association. The letter was returned undeliverable and he did not respond to our email request. So he would be removed from the list.
maybe we should send a second response to Washington Suburban, because they typically, they have a school and they do it, but I don't know if he is the guy anymore. I'll have to find that out. I'd have to physically call them.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Chair, we sent an official letter and Lakeisha also, emailed directly to the contact information we have.
Okay,
So letter. So,
okay, so we take them off. So Charlie Chalk, he's deceased. And who else was there?
James Yakavisi.
Yakavisi, he closed his business. And who else?
That was it. Everyone else we've received responses from.
Okay,
The DC Local 5 was a couple of days late, but I did reach back out to them and they have since provided me with information on. There's two of them. I need to double check the email for the name. We got information on Mark Uzarowski and they added another instructor.
okay.
Gave
But
information-
instructors need to be approved by the board. So he
I
does need
believe
to submit that.
Mr. Samoza, I believe, was approved by the board last. I do recall him receiving board approval in the past. He resent his certification. But I can get back and find you the date that he was approved.
So everyone who has responded does meet either the TRIO or the ASSE?
Yes, and
Okay,
they also under TRIO or ASSC certifications.
okay. And they've submitted their certification.
Yes,
Okay. I mean, I would like to see a full list. If we could do that.
I can provide you one. If you give me until tomorrow, I'm sure that I
Okay.
get.
Thank you.
And it looks as though Commissioner Dove just joined the meeting. I just wanted to make everyone aware. Good afternoon, Commissioner. Good morning.
You have to go.
and, Commissioner Dove, I'm just letting you know that the meeting is being recorded.
Okay, Commissioner Dove, do you have anything you want to address the board with?
No, sir, just, sorry, a little late, had running from one meeting to the next, so nothing,
you.
to address.
No problem. Okay, the next is a discussion on licensing fees. The licensing fees have increased. They have been posted on the website. I mean, do you want to give a brief update, Mr. Marquette?
Yeah, just brought it up for awareness. It had been previously approved by the board, and there were two increases approved by the board in 2023. One in 2024, and then this one year in 2025. This fee increase will go into effect July 1st for all the plumbing fees. And just bringing it up more for awareness. You also see a notification from labor, just an email blast out to all licensees that these fee increases are coming July 1.
Okay, thank you very much. Discussion on House Bill 222.
Again, just brought up for awareness that it was since we weren't able to meet last month officially, that the House Bill 222 did pass. It's in this that 222 is the fuel gas piping systems and corrugated stainless steel tubing. So it did pass through. The legislation was shared with the board with the agenda. There is one statement that included that the Department of Labor must adopt regulations, but those should be adopted by labor and industry more so than the board.
Even has the Department of Labor designated that to the Plumbing Gas Board at this point? No, okay.
No. It's the Department of Labor and this in combination with the Office of the State Fire Marshal.
Okay.
And that will, to my understanding so far, that will be handled by labor and industry and not by the board.
And they're going to appoint a committee to review this, correct?
To my
That's the way
understanding.
I read it.
Yeah. I have not been shared the details on it.
Okay, so I
Is there
guess we get more, details will be forthcoming.
Yep.
Okay. So I guess we'll get an update on 222 next month. Discussion on code adoption.
Just wanted to provide a quick update on the adoption of the 5 codes, the 5 plumbing codes for the plumbing board. The 2 are being tied to labor and industries codes existing, and we had to adopt 3 through a separate process that is going through review with what is the AELLR. I can probably let Ms. Kinsler speak more on that as we're going through that approval process as that current step to get the code adopted.
Okay. And all the lead regulations we talked about, they'll stay in there, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Next step will be discussion on DC reciprocity agreement.
Yeah, so I did want to bring up, I believe 2 meetings ago, we had, March meeting, April meeting, we had discussed establishing a reciprocity agreement with the District of Columbia. We have drafted an agreement. I have not shared it with them yet. I did have one question I wanted to put before the board before I send it over. The agreement at a high level is just, for a master and a journey reciprocity for passing an exam. So that's where it would lie. My question revolves around, I just want to make sure we're on the same page, the board is in agreement with the current code used by DC is a little bit behind us. I believe they're in the 2012, 2014 area where, we're currently adopting up to 2021 for the state. My question is there any concern from the board around that variance of code between the 2 jurisdictions?
I'll open that to discussion to board members. Does anyone have any concern about, for reciprocity, Washington DC being at the 2012, 2014 code and not up to where, so they're two additions behind us.
Right.
Well, I mean, they still have to abide by the rules and by the jurisdictions anyway. But I mean, probably when most of us took our tests, we were on how many versions ago anyway? You know what I mean? I don't see a problem with it.
I think mine was in 1980.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, when I spoke to them, they did express that they, this may push them to become a little more current with what the codes they have adopted. So I didn't know if we wanted to help push that along, or if we, if the board's good, I'm happy to send it forward so we can keep moving with the process.
I don't have a problem with it. Does anyone else have a problem with it?
All right.
Okay. Megan, are you good?
Yes, I'm good.
Okay, so I said you can proceed with that. How's the HVAC board? Are they proceeding as well?
They are proceeding as well. Like I said, they had their meeting yesterday. I had the same conversation basically with them. We will move that forward as well.
And I don't see, I mean, are you doing anything with Virginia? Because I know what Virginia's problem is. I mean, in Virginia, you need to have 8 hours continued education for your plumbing and 4 hours for your gas and 8 hours for the HVACR. So they're not going to be, and Maryland does not have continued education. And I don't think Washington DC does either. We're probably two of the only ones that do not have continued education as a requirement of being a master plumber, gas fitter. So.
Okay, yeah, I have not had any conversations with Virginia. I've not been able to connect with them.
Okay.
Have that conversation. DC has been very excited about getting some reciprocity agreements between our two jurisdictions. So, and I've had some recent conversations with Delaware to initiate that conversation as well.
Okay. Okay, and the board discussed, is there any other old business we need to discuss? Okay, so none's necessary. So that'll take us into new business, introduction of new board members. That would be, we did last month as well, Megan Gillespie.
You have a hand raised.
What's that?
You have a hand raised by a member of the public. If you want to wait until the end to address it, or if you want to address
Who
it.
has her hand raised? I can't.
Ms. Savage, Felicia Savage. Ms. Savage, if I'm mispronouncing your name, your first name, I apologize.
I mean, does she have anything for old business? Okay, I see her now. She just popped up. I have so many people in here.
But she's not speaking and she's not typing, so I don't.
Ms. Savage, did you want to address the board? I know we have Wayne Fishball is going to address the board, but that's going to be after our new business. Okay, well, so go back to introduction of new board members would be Megan Gillespie. She's our new representative from the Harford County region. And we did introduce her last month.
Yes, hello.
Do you have anything you want to say further?
So my last name is Klepsig, just as it's spelled. I've been around, I got in local in 2008 as an apprentice, did my apprenticeship, and worked all the way up until 2022. I started this business after my father-in-law passed away, trying to follow up with him since I'm the last plumber in my family, and learning the ropes as I go. Thank you all for having me too.
And you're welcome.
And Mr. Schott had nothing but good things to say about you and your family, so.
Oh, good, thank you.
Okay, so now we need to reestablish the complaint committee. We need another member on the complaint committee. And what the complaint committee is, we review, I mean, Hayward Hinkhouse is the chairman of the complaint committee. I sit on the committees. against master plumbers, or if someone's working unlicensed or something like that. It's a little confusing, but it's not super difficult. So, do I have any volunteers?
I'll volunteer.
So I'll volunteer.
I'll let Megan have it.
Okay. Okay, the meetings are, and that requires
Thanks.
another meeting, Ms. Klepsy, and
Can you,
they are.
can you take two people? Two members, or will that create a quorum?
I think it would make 4, so I don't think it creates a quorum.
I mean, more the merrier. So,
There's 8 people on the board right now,
right?
so 5 is a quorum. You could have 4 on the complaint committee if you think that will become too difficult, then, keep it to 3.
It would be a little difficult. Let's go with the 3 for right now. I mean, Mr. Stokes is on some other committee, so we'll put Ms. Klepsick on this committee. Is that a problem? I just feel that 3's
Let Ms. Clapsick have it.
okay.
I'm just here to help in case you guys need people to keep everything running smoothly, but
And that is- I mean, is that a problem, Sloan?
No, not at all. And I appreciate your flexibility, Mr. Stokes.
Okay.
Would you like to make a motion, Mr. Stokes, to establish the complaint committee with the new member?
I make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second for Ms. Klepsick to be on the complaint committee. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Nay, the ayes have it.
Excuse me, Mr. Radka, Ms. Savage has put, I don't know if you can see in the chat, she's indicated that her microphone is not working, and she apologized. She wants to know if Maryland would accept a Virginia plumber since they are doing more CEUs than is required by Maryland. I know there is not a reciprocity agreement, but does the board feel that Virginia standards meet Maryland's?
Well, legally, I feel that a Virginia master plumber, journey plumber can sit for our journeyman or master's exam as long as they go through PSI and get approved, which they will get approved as long as they have their Virginia license and their backflow. Yes, they can sit for a Maryland test, but we have no reciprocity either way, so we just can't hand them a Maryland license, and they cannot work in Maryland with a Virginia license. Is that explained well enough? Can she hear us?
The answer to your earlier question is that I work with businesses that work across the country to make sure their licensing is good. She's just providing clarification of her reason for being here.
Okay. Yeah, I seen that pop up.
But Ms. Savage, the answer to,
Yes, it explains it well enough that, yeah,
okay.
you can take the exam, but we can't just hand out licenses to, and that goes with other jurisdictions around us.
Unless Virginia expresses some interest, Ms. Savage, in entering into a reciprocal agreement with Maryland, they have not in the past. That there will not be an exam waiver, and there isn't at this time, but perhaps in the future.
And we have gone after, I don't have an issue with testing, it's fine. Okay. And we have asked Virginia for reciprocity, and they're the ones that don't want to have reciprocity with the state of Maryland for multiple reasons, like I said before.
She's saying that the people about whom she was asking or who she represents do not have an issue with sitting for the exam. So
Okay.
you can move on.
Okay, thank you. Okay, where are we? New business. Reestablish complaint committee, we did that. Discussion on proposed legislation to remove apprentice removal limits from the statute. Well, that is legislation, and that was a bill that went into effect in 2012. It went into law, so I think what we should do is get this out to the board so they can look at it and discuss it a little bit better next meeting. I'm looking for when it went. It went into effect February 27th, 2012. And just a brief description of the law.
If I could give some historical
Okay, go ahead.
knowledge,
I was just going to read it off the.
the board was under the impression that some employers might have been holding back their apprentices from, or not encouraging them from seeking a journey license, or notifying them that they could or whatever. Not that it's their responsibility to do that, but so they created legislation against my advice that would restrict an apprentice from renewing after a certain number of, I think it's 2 renewals. After 2 renewals, you would have to sit for the journey exam. You wouldn't have to pass it. You just have to sit for it. And I think that was voted upon and pursued based on some misimpression that the board was protecting some of the apprentice labor force. But I think it has since learned that there are individuals who are career apprentices. That is their choice. They are happy doing that. They do it with full knowledge that they could sit for the journey test if they wanted to, and they don't. So this has created more problems than it has solved by individuals who simply don't wish to sit for the exam. I don't think that was due to a language barrier, though you might see an increase in people sitting for the journey test now that it's being offered in Spanish. But I'm just letting you know that was the board's position when this legislation was sought in 2012. I did not agree with it, but it was not illegal. So, I didn't put a stop to it, but when asked for my opinion, I did say that I thought it was misplaced.
Okay. And it was 3 consecutive terms plus their original. So that would be 8 years that they would be able to go as an apprentice.
Chairman Rankin, I apologize. It's actually 6 consecutive years. It's the initial 2-year licensing period and then 2 consecutive renewals.
Okay, so it's 6 years.
Yes.
That's a 2-year license cycle.
Okay, well, I'd still like to get it out to the board so they can look at it and then read it. I mean, I think that's fair. I mean, I can read it right now if you'd like.
And I think just from the administrative side, it's a forced, you're forcing an applicant to pay for a test, whether they're going to pass it or not, in order to maintain their apprentice licensure. So that's just a barrier that's in the way for someone that may want to just remain as an apprentice, as a plumber.
And just historically.
Yes.
I was just asking, do you need legislation drafted for the concept proposal? Because I haven't drafted it. Was it drafted?
I think we would need a confirmation from the board to move forward.
Definitely, you would definitely need a draft because this has to go through legislation.
No. I'm asking Chuck if he needs a draft at this time. Matt McKinney has his hand raised.
Right.
Yeah, not at this time. We have submitted this proposal to the legislative shop and we are waiting to hear back from them on which quick list items will become concept sheets. So
Okay.
legislation, so we're not there yet.
All right. Well, so I'll wait to hear from you, Matt or Chuck, that you want me to draft it. Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
I have a question for the board. In regards to this, I understand the concept of a person not wanting to pursue their career and just wanting to be an apprentice. But what are the steps taken so that a person who's been an apprentice for 10, 15 years, who's been in the trade for that long and doing the work of a journeyman, for say a non-union company who's not abiding by certain laws that we may have, what steps have been taken to make sure that if a person with a apprenticeship license is not out in someone's residential house doing master plumbing work or things of that nature, how are we combating that?
That's what this bill is about, to be honest. The bill was to keep from having career apprentices.
But
That was
but
the
it's
whole,
come to it's come to the board's attention over the the decade since this has been passed. It's received numerous complaints from individuals who say, I don't want to take the journey test, I don't want to be a journey, and it is with full knowledge that I wish to just renew my apprentice license, so can I just live my life? And so I think that's why this legislation is being sought. Mr. Stokes, to the extent that you're questioning about enforcement, this board is complaint driven. So, and all of the occupational and professional licensing boards within labor are complaint driven. So unless we receive a complaint about a person working without a license or outside the scope of their license, we won't necessarily know about it. We don't have the resources to establish a task force to go out to job sites and check license status or license classification. But so I'm just suggesting that the way that the boards learn of failure of compliance issues are when a consumer and in some cases it comes from an inspector, file a complaint.
Well, in consideration to what you just said, considering we don't have the capacity to make sure people are in compliance, to me, it seems like this bill kind of helps that for us. If a person has held an apprenticeship license for 6 or 8 consecutive years, then why shouldn't they have to sit for the test to make sure that they're not doing the work of a journeyman plumber or master plumber? You know, we just earlier in this meeting, we were speaking about with Anne Arundel, I believe, was where the inspector was told that he can't card a plumber. So if we, to me, that kind of sounds counterintuitive. On one hand, you have an inspector said that he's not even allowed to card someone, but then on this, we're just talking about letting someone be a career apprentice that may be out doing the work of master plumbers.
I understand your concern about people who have been apprentices for a period of time, perhaps being assigned work that is beyond the scope of their apprentice license or being asked to work without the proper supervision. But the fact is that we have to rely on or we have to at least expect that your licensees and plumbing businesses are abiding by the law. And until we are notified or until there is alleged some violation, none of the occupational and professional licensing boards really can pursue anything. If you find out about something that is not based on a complaint, you could initiate your own complaint, but that is if you receive, some information from another source other than a complaint. But that doesn't authorize the board to go out and investigate. Certainly not by the board members.
a lot of our complaints are people working outside the scope of their work, as like with apprentices running their own businesses without being properly licensed. You're not to put in any individuals, but that is a lot of our, for plumbers working without license, that is the majority of our complaints. And I right now, we can get the old House bill, which explains it pretty well, which is House Bill 1194 from 2012. I sent Mr. Marquette a copy of it in case he didn't have one. And it does explain, when you look at the bill, you want to go to 12308.1, and that explains what the change was. And, and it does say If an apprentice plumber or natural gas fitter fails a journey plumber examination or journey gas fitter examination, the board may review the plumber's license and they get an apprentice license for an additional 2 years. So,
and I'll just also add, Mr. Stokes, that, and we are working towards more of an awareness campaign for master licensees and all licensees and all mechanical boards, and sending out, notifications of what the requirements are of a master license and all the other licenses that go with it. And they're responsible for, if there's, whoever's working on a site, they need to be licensed properly, and what the qualifications are for each individual, as well as what the requirements are. So we're working on that communication that'll be coming out from the state, from an awareness perspective, as well.
do you have the license notice that the board has that we have sent out in the past? Because I can read that real quick if you like. And it's both HVACR and plumbing. And it was a notice from the board that we've sent out. I have it hanging on my wall. And it simply just tells, if you're not licensed, and it says, and we'll just do the HVACR because you can just put plumbing or HVACR in there, and it says all individuals providing heating, ventilation, air conditioning, refrigeration services in the state of Maryland must be licensed by the Maryland Board of HVAC Contractors. The same would go for plumbing and gas fitting. Ours just reads plumbing and gas fitting. And you must hold, ours is low, it says proper category, but you must hold an HVACR license as an apprentice, a journey, restricted, limited contractor license, master contractor to perform work in the state. Apprentices must be licensed and supervised under the control of a master or journey licensed individual who is present on the job site. Apprentices are not permitted to perform any HVACR or plumbing work alone or enter into contract to perform such services. And it says failure to properly could result in fines up to $1,000 or imprisonment for up to 6 months, or both. And subsequent convictions may result into a fine of $5,000 or imprisonment for up to 2 years. And I can send that to you, Mr. Marquette, if you need it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So I will, because I have it in my computer, so. But that's what the board would send out to all master plumbers. And another thing we did in the past, they had them posted in supply houses. I don't know if our resources can do that any longer, but it is something to get out to the industry. Okay, so I guess next the board will discuss any new business. Do we have any other new business or anything I didn't touch on?
Mr. Chairman, this is Wayne Fishpaul with Pipe
Yeah, I was
Trades
going to call
Technology.
you next, Wayne, if we didn't have any other new business. But okay, Mr. Fishpaul wants to address the board on backflow certificates. Okay, Wayne, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In the last 2 weeks, we've been contacted by 2 individual plumbers and a plumbing contractor. PSI Exams is no longer accepting the 8-hour recertification certificate. They're now saying they must have the 32-hour certificate. The issue is some of these plumbers may have taken that 10, 20, even 30 years ago. In order to have a recert certificate of 8 hours, you had to have completed the 32-hour course. So I would ask the board to let PSI Exams know that a recertification is good. They've always accepted it, and in the last 2 weeks, they've stopped.
I did have a conversation with Mr. Marquette about that, and he did agree that the 8-hour certification is equal to the 32-hour. Because you must have passed the 32-hour to be able to recertify. And you need to recertify every 3 years, and I've had mine for, I don't know how long. I mean, and I'm sure.
I have had, we have had plumbers who let their certifications lapse. And if you go too long, you've got to repeat the whole 32-hour course again.
Correct. That's 3 years, right?
Yes.
So if they lapse, they have to take it over. But if they have a current backflow certificate, I mean, I should.
They've been renewing.
That's good enough to take the exam.
Yeah, they've kept it current.
So, Mr. Marquette, do you understand what we're talking about?
I understand. I just, I don't know if we have a copy of like, you're saying it was denied by PSI. Is there like a letter from them saying it was denied, Mr. Fishball?
It's on their website. When you get to their website, you can't see it. You have to log in, set up an account, and then when you get to the point where you load in your backflow, it comes up and says it must be the original 32-hour certificate.
Okay.
So it's happening electronically that they're not accepting the 8-hour recert.
So they need to be told that has to be changed immediately.
Yes, they need to be told that it needs to be changed immediately. And what PSI should have done is they should have sent it to the application review committee, because that's one of the things that the review committee does look at.
I think you should also, Chuck, I don't know if it's possible, but I think you should tell them that the board is requesting that they notify anyone who they rejected based on a valid recertification that they can sit for the test. Or do whatever it was that they were requesting, that recertification was valid.
I guess, was anybody actually rejected, or were applicants just not filing them because of the language that's on the website?
The 4 plumbers, the 2 individuals and the 1 company that had they contacted us. We went back into our records and got them they had lost their 32-hour certificate. So to my knowledge, they've submitted the 32-hour certificate and they should be accepted.
Okay.
I can go back and ask them. But a lot of plumbers, like old people like Joe, have lost their original certificate.
Old people. Wow.
Hey, I still have a
That's harsh.
certificate with your father and Charlie Krause's names on it. So don't say that. I'll send it to you.
I'm right behind you, Joe. I'm just a couple years younger.
Yeah, I know, but I still have my certificate. It was Herbert Fishpaw and Charles Krause. They're on my certificate. Both are deceased, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay, well.
All right, we'll connect with PSI and certainly have an update at the next meeting, if not sooner.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ms. Savage has also added to the chat. PSI is also not working as far as getting the employment verification. It keeps coming up as an error, and they have not sent it when it is requested.
We haven't seen that. I mean, they have been accepting our hours. I mean, I just sent somebody's in not long ago and they got approved. Because PSI sent back that they needed to fill out their hour sheets, and they filled it out and I signed it and they got approved. And that was I did 1 journey and 1 master not long ago that worked for me. So.
Yeah, we can certainly look into that as well. I might need some clarity on that. Ms. Savage.
There's a place for verification form, download, and the page will not come up. Well, I guess, Mr. Marquette, you can check into that with PSI.
Yeah, I'll see if there's a broken link or something with that. Cause I've not heard that. Before.
And Ms. Savage, if you're having issues uploading or downloading any of the forms, please send me an email so that way I can make sure that you receive any of the employment verification forms that might need to be filled out and that I can forward them to the PSI or to our representative of PSI who actually facilitates the approval process. If you're not able to upload anything to their site, please let me know and I will forward it to our representative for review.
Thank you, Lakeisha.
Okay, thank you. And that'll take us to the board reports, executive director report.
I think we covered everything I was gonna report in the old and new business. Yeah, so I think we're good. No report.
Okay, council report.
I don't have anything in particular for the board. I just want to let you know that we will be convening in a closed session to discuss two applicants who've reported a criminal history. This is permitted to be closed pursuant to General Provisions Article Section 3-305B to protect the privacy and reputation of an individual and also to receive advice of counsel if necessary.
Okay, thank you. Okay, chairman's report. I'd just like to thank the board members for participating in the different committees and getting up to that. And I want to apologize for my computer glitches earlier today, but I don't know, we have so many security things on our computers. It's just crazy at full intent. So, and also to get out the House Bill 1194, please, so we can have that reviewed on the apprentice situation, apprentice licensing renewal situation. So everybody can do that for next meeting. And that's all I have. So we need.
Let me just say before there's a motion to convene in a closed session, because at least one member of the public is going to be staying to see the board resume the public meeting. What you will need to do is close your connection to this link so it can't, no one else can be overheard or no one else can join, and then join the closed meeting link that was sent by Lakeisha with your original invitation to join this board meeting. There's a separate link for a closed session. So we get on that. And then when you complete your closed session, you'll come back to this link that you're on right now. Okay?
Okay.
So you need a motion to convene in a closed session.
Okay, but I have one. Is somebody going to come back? Because a lot of times we just.
At least the person who is recording has indicated that they wish to remain. And so they're going to be here when we get back. They're just going to sit in this on this link until you resume. I don't know if any of the other members of the public wish to stay in that circumstance, but they certainly are welcome to do that.
Okay, and when we reconvene, it's only going to be for adjournment, just so everyone knows.
Well, you have to adopt the findings of the closed session.
Adopt the findings and then adjourn. Yeah.
You won't necessarily be discussing any other business.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so we need a motion and a second to go out of the regular business meeting and convene in the open session meeting.
Close.
Make the motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. So be it. Okay, so everyone needs to go out of this and go into the other Google link that's on your.
Right, and please close this link so you can't be overheard. And then you can come back to it when the closed session is completed.
Uh, yeah, that person sent that request to every board meeting across the whole division, basically, like all 26 or whatever it is. And they were at the HVAC meeting yesterday and recorded it. And so I don't know what they're using it for, but they're just recording all the board meetings. They did not provide a reason. They don't have to provide a reason. So. They just asked for it for this one. They did not send it. They didn't even ask. They just sent us a notice for awareness, that they were going to be recording.
It's back if you want to,
Everyone's back.
ask for a motion to adopt your findings.
Okay, I need a motion in a second to adopt the findings in the open session.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, aye.
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 All opposed, nay. The ayes have it, so be it. Okay, so now what we have left is adjournment. Need a motion and a second to adjourn.
A motion.
I'll
Second.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor of adjournment, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank everyone for coming to the meeting. Our next meeting is Thursday, July 17th.
Guys, have a good one.
You too. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Stay cool.
Try.